Update after wearing the Nike Air More Uptempo for nearly a year. Today guys, I'm going to be giving you an update on the Nike Air More Uptempo Black White Black 96 Retro, which came out in 2023. I've been wearing them for about roughly 10 months, and for me this is a super nostalgic sneaker. They came out in the 90s and they were popularised by Scottie Pippen, that played for the Chicago Bulls. He used to rock the Air More Uptempo. Today guys, I'm going to be giving you an update on these sneakers. I'm going to be giving you the goods, the bads, the uglies, what's best about them, what's not so great about them. If you like all that kind of stuff, make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications to make sure you don't miss any more of my videos. Without further ado, let's just get straight into this Nike Air More Uptempo Black White Black 96 update after wearing for 10 months. That's a long time to be wearing a pair of sneakers. Okay guys, so starting with the cons. I like to start these videos with the cons just to go through the bad parts and then finish on the high for the video. A couple of interesting features on these sneakers. Now it has these weird elastic bands on them. Some people like these elastic bands, but I'm not that much of a fan. Back in 96, I actually cut these off because they annoyed me that much. Now I won't, because they actually hold my feet in the sneaker quite nicely. But maybe they were just too big for me, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But overall, they do support quite well, but they can be annoying when you're playing basketball. So a little tip for you guys: if you do end up buying these sneakers, get the elastic band at the front, push the label through. Now for playing basketball or doing running or jogging or anything like that, that will help the stability of the sneaker. The elastic band will just hit the top of your foot and it won't restrain you from like bending your ankle. That's one thing you got to watch out for these. You can end up snapping your ankles in them because they're just, durability isn't there, man. They're kind of like big giraffes. They just fall over. But yeah, that is a real good tip when it comes to playing basketball. Put that elastic band inside. Obviously when you're rocking them normally, just put them at the front. But when you're playing basketball, put them inside. It'll help you, trust me. The thing that annoys me most about these sneakers, and I wish they would just upgrade them and update them to make them really comfortable. All they have to do is up that padding and change the upper to a more durable material. These could be absolutely amazing for comfort, but I don't think they'll ever do that, so I'm not getting the hopes up too much. But overall, when it comes to comfort, they're not good. They're just, when you put your feet in, the label's really bent. You can see how bent it is around the top, and when you put your foot in, that really gets on this part of the sneaker. For some reason on the top of your foot, it really digs in. It's really annoying. So when you're trying to play basketball, a lot of the time that's all you can feel. So that's one thing to watch out for these sneakers. In the rain, you will get wet feet. The herringbone design, the traction is pretty good for grip, but like, look at the mud on the bottom of them. It really gets stuck to it, and it's really hard to clean. That's why I haven't bothered cleaning these sneakers for a long time. I don't tend to clean them because of that reason. They're just a nightmare. The only way you're getting out is if you've got something small like a toothpick to get out. And for me, I don't mind spending time cleaning the uppers of my trainers or sneakers, but when it comes to the outsoles, I don't really get bothered. They're cool for playing basketball in, but they will get dirty and they will stay dirty. So if you step in, you know, whatever, it's going to get stuck there and it's going to be hard to get off. In the 90s, that lacing system on the front was one of the like hype features, or one like really talked about feature of the sneakers. But for me, it doesn't do what it should do. I don't think it's a really good lacing system, in my personal opinion. It doesn't help tighten the sneaker that much. With these sneakers, you don't want to be tightening them, so they're kind of in the wrong place, or on the wrong shoe. I don't really know why they put that lacing system on these. They should have just had like a normal crisscross system. But it does look cool. And don't get me wrong, I love this sneaker. But for the comfort side of it, it doesn't work. There's another con: these lacing hoops on the back and front of the label and on the heel, they don't work well as pull tabs. If you pull out too much, they just snap off. I know that because I used to own them. And it's kind of disappointing when that happens. It kind of kills the vibe of the sneaker when something breaks in it, for me anyway. I don't know about you guys, but definitely watch out for that. Now guys, let's get to the pros. My favourite part of these sneakers is the looks, the big air on the side. That when I went to buy my first basketball sneaker years ago, that was what I was looking for. Something to just blow me away by looking at it and getting for value. I think I only paid like 60 or 70 quid for my first ever Nike basketball sneaker. That's what I owned years ago. my first ever Nike sneaker. So these are like magically nostalgic for me. It brings back so many cool memories from my childhood when I was in school 30 years ago. That's a long time, you know what I mean? But, you know, for me, a shoe should make you feel special. When you put them on feet, when you first see them, when you fall in love with them, if you feel that way about sneakers anyway. And the Air More Uptempo, without a shadow of a doubt, definitely makes me feel that way. Just looking at them now, reminiscing of old good times. Oh, they're so cool, man. Absolutely. The only thing I didn't really like about these personally is the black night tick. I thought it was cool and gave them a special touch, but I would have preferred the OG white tick. That would have looked better. But overall, man, like, pros wise, they look great. They don't feel great, but they do break in over time. That's something you'll have to watch out for. This is one of those sneakers that break in over time. You have to love and caress them. You have to really, really be persistent with them. Because if you don't, you're going to put them on feet, you're going to wear them for a couple of times, and you'll be like, oh, I want a new sneaker because this one isn't the one. But if you persist with them, you keep going with them, and you show them the love and the care that they deserve, trust me, these will treat you nicely back. I've had them for roughly 10 to 11 months now, nearly a year, and the comfort is now there. When I first got them, they were terribly uncomfortable. Go back to watch the review. I'll link it on screen now if you want to see it. And back in 96, again, they were terribly comfortable. But I knew if I put up with them for a little while longer, they would get better. The best thing about these sneakers, man, is just they're a dope basketball sneaker from the 90s. They're a classic sneaker. But that's the most nostalgic thing for me, is that they're classic. Classic sneakers for me are the best. And the Air More Uptempo are up there with the greatest. Comment down below, guys, let me know what is your favourite 90s basketball sneaker. The cool feature about these sneakers, it's got this lovely row of air bubbles all around the sides. And I love the air bubbles on sneakers. From Nike, that's one of my favourite things. I love the fact that you can sort of see through some of them. Some of them like missed out after age. These are holding up pretty well after a year. They're still not misting that bad. I can still see through them. My favourite thing about these sneakers is this little plasticky bit at the bottom. I still don't understand why that's there. I'm presuming it's like the bottom bit of the air bubble, but it just fascinates me. I just like to sit there and tap it and poke it and see if I can pop it or something. I don't know. I can't remember why I used to play with that, but it still, to this day, after all those years, fascinates me. I'm weird like that, I suppose. I don't know, man. A real cool feature about the outsole is that night tick, and then the other night tick going the opposite way. Again, another fascinating part of the sneaker. There's so many cool aspects to this sneaker, it just makes it a 10 out of 10 for me. I rated them 10 out of 10 before. They're still a 10 out of 10 for me now, even though that comfort isn't the best. I know I normally go for comfort, but for me, nostalgia prioritizes everything. Nostalgia for me is just a feeling that it's priceless, you know? And that's why I love the Air More Uptempo. Don't get me wrong, I don't rock these a lot anymore. I did give them a 30-day wear test when I first originally got them. When I first got them, I wore them a lot, and I enjoyed everything about them. Black and white is a consistent colourway that a lot of people have been wearing recently. Look at the Pandas. It's an age-old classic colourway, and it lasts for a long time. Black and white is one of my favourite colours of all time on a sneaker, and clothing in general, just anything black and white I kind of like. This colourway is one of the most popular Air More Uptempos you can find. People know it, people love it, people respect it. It's a sneakerhead's Air More Uptempo, in a sense. And for me, they're just one classic sneaker, one of the best basketball sneakers of all time, along with the Chicago's in the background, along with the Air Max 1 Big Bubble. They're up there for me. After wearing these for such a long time, my second pair bought, that tells you something. If I re-bought these sneakers, that's how much I love them. That's how much I enjoy them. That's how much nostalgia they give me. That's how much fun I had in them as a kid. So guys, I would 100% recommend buying the Air More Uptempo. They're such a dope sneaker, and for me, I'm done with this update. I think they're one of the best sneakers I've ever owned in my life, and still to this day, I wear this over Jordans, and that's saying something because I love my Jordans as well. Crazy. For basketball, they're not that good. I know that because I used to play basketball back in the 90s, and for me, they weren't comfortable, but I used to love them. The look of these sneakers for me are just absolutely stunning. That big air on the side. I'm dyslexic, so like I have a weird way with words. And because I could see that and it's bold and it's vibrant, it made me want to buy them. Guys, I'm done with this update. Thank you so much for watching. I'm absolutely buzzing to own the Air More Uptempo, and I couldn't recommend it more for a first ever basketball sneaker. They're just classic and they look cool when you're out on the court. The fact that Scottie Pippen and the Chicago Bulls used to wear them makes them hype for me. It brings back nostalgia. They're just a dope shoe, man. An absolutely dope shoe. Thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy my content here, like, subscribe, turn notifications. Guys, the Air More Uptempo is one of the most favourite classic sneakers I own, and I would definitely recommend it for a first basketball sneaker. Still 10 out of 10 for me, and they will always stay at that mark. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!